Hi, thanks for watching. It's the Lipstick Gal. I wanted to do a get ready with me today. First of all, thank you so much for watching and for being subscribed. I crossed over that 500 subscriber mark and it kind of happened so quickly I hardly had a moment to go, really? So thank you so much for being subscribed. If you aren't, would you please? And let's jump into it. So today what I wanted to do was to kind of start really solidifying some ideas I've been forming about products and to try some ones that I recently received and I haven't really had a chance to try very much. So I'm just going to start by priming my face. I am going to just let you know, I am throwing in here some things from my project pan. I'm trying to get rid of this Becca Backlight priming filter, which I really do love. I think it's beautiful. So I'm going to use this everywhere except for my nose and maybe my chin. So I don't have a full size, I just have a sample because I told myself no more buying until you finish up. But I'll throw a picture up for you. This is from Lancome. This is their Prep and Matte. I have been looking for a primer. Normally I just buy a primer and then decide whether I like it or not. And my nose, especially if I'm wearing more hydrating or dewy foundations, tends to really go greasy and break up over my nose. And this really helps to hold on to and not have things break up so much. I feel like I get a better longevity of wear in this area where I'm like a grease ball. All right, so the two and I know, like, what, two? I'm gonna do something I've never done before and we'll see how we like it. I'm gonna do half my face with this one here. It's from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear. This is fairly new. And I also picked up this. This is the Light Illusion from Flower Beauty. I have made a goal of trying more drugstore products this year. So we're gonna put the Light Illusion on this side. I should probably just make it easier and just do this instead of so we'll put the L'Oreal on this side and the Flower Beauty on this side. And I'm just gonna bounce it in with what I normally do. By the way, this red Beauty Blender, it doesn't even look red anymore. It looks orange. Yes, I did dig my nails into it, like, accidentally. But it was bright red, and I think I've washed it 3 times and now it looks orange. And it is probably the worst texture out of any beauty blender, and I feel like I don't have like crazy long nails, but when I'm wringing it out and trying to scrub it clean, this one I don't like. Don't get the red one. And I'm going to try and use 2 separate sides of a totally clean beauty blender to bounce this in with, just so you know that's what we're doing here. So on the other side, the Flower Beauty Light Illusion. Have you tried either of these? Do you have thoughts or opinions about either of these? I'm curious, let me know. Do you really live for drugstore products? I'm finding some really good stuff at the drugstore, and part of me is going, why was I ever paying so much for everything else? Okay, so here's my dirty side. I'm gonna bounce it in with this side. So I don't know if it's the lighting or whether it's the primer I put on underneath, but they're both really quite glowy. I don't hate that. I'm not gonna lie. I really do love that look. One of the new things that I got that I've been wanting to try, and I've tried it a couple of times and I want to see how it wears with different types of foundations, is the new Magic Away Concealer. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. It is really hard to open, not gonna lie. But it has this kind of, I don't know, it reminds me of like the top of the Kremlin type of a little sponge tip applicator. You know, you give it a little click here and swipe it under the eyes and other places, and we'll conceal on both sides with this. I just only wanted to see what my thoughts were based on halves for the foundations. I always put a little extra concealer on my chin. I have a lot of redness. I shouldn't say a lot. I have some redness on my chin that shows through on my chin and my nose, unlike other places of my face. So I do put a little extra layer there. I'm not gonna lie, I have really liked this concealer for the few times that I've worn it under the eyes. I was surprised how much I like this concealer under the eyes. I could put a little bit in the corners of my nose here, forehead. This one is in shade 2 and it leans just a hair pink on me. I don't know if maybe 3 would be too dark and 1 would be too light, so we're making this work. It's a little pinkier than I would normally go, but it said that it was pink. I knew that when I bought it. Okay, so something else I got from Charlotte Tilbury. I placed a Beautylish order a while back and I was like, yes, we need to try this. I heard a lot of people talking about how good this was and I keep forgetting to use it. So I've used it only once before and it's from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Contour Wand Easy Contour. So it's a little, what's interesting about this is it has a sponge tip applicator and this little brown plastic part here, you can turn it back and forth to unlock it and then you can squeeze more product up through the sponge, and when you have what you think you need, you can turn it closed so that as you're applying it, you're not continuing to squeeze more out. Now, here's the one thing. The first time I tried this, I was like, it might be too much. And it blends beautifully. It blends like a dream. So we're just going to put a little bit, like, I mean, because look at that. Doesn't that look like freakishly scary? We're just going to put a little bit here in the hollows. Make sure we're even. A little bit up here on the temples. And because I like to see if I can light illusion away that double chin that I'm working on. We'll start over here. Okay, so I like the way that that gives just a hint of dimension to my face. Here's something else. I had been trying to find a way to love this product because the first time I used it the way I saw somebody else, and I forgot who it was. They use it all over their face like a foundation and it was beautiful, but 2 hours later I had a complete and total meltdown. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the tops of my cheekbones. I know I already have like a glowy primer down. And maybe it's a little bit here on the bridge of my nose and keep its bow too. You know, I'm just going to put it everywhere I want a little bit of light. We're still going to put another actual highlighter on, but oh, I got to find the spot that I wasn't bouncing in with the contour. Oh, the things to remember. I'm going to use trying to finish this up for this year, just the last little bits of this under the eyes. So I just kind of am going corner to corner, kind of like on the outside edges to try and finish this up. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light from Hourglass. I'm going to set my under eye with this. Always tap out your concealer if you're over the age of 22. I think it's probably good for anybody, but if you're younger, if you're still in your 20s, you may not need to tap out your concealer. Your concealer may not settle into your under eye lines, but I'm a couple weeks away from my 44th birthday. Boy, the time flies. I don't remember even hitting my 40s, much less mid-40s. Here I am, loud and proud. So I'm just going to put this under here. Make sure we've got a good layer of it. I'm going to throw a little in the corner of my nose, too. I should have tapped that out. It's okay. I don't have anything but like errands and picking up kids from school, nothing really major to do today. One of the bronzers I'm trying to pan this year is Hula Light from Benefit, so we'll throw a smidge of that on. Something else for my project pan is this Desert Balm blush. Throw a little bit of that on. Another thing that I picked up recently, and I had been telling myself, no, 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 you're not going to get it, you're not going to get it, and I finally caved. And it's from Charlotte Tilbury. I know, it's all new Charlotte Tilbury stuff today. There's only 3 things, this is the last one. This is her Bar of Gold palette. It's just miraculously beautiful. I love this. And I'm not gonna lie, I cleaned it up because I've only used it like 3 or 4 times, but these bars are so tiny. Where's my highlighting brush? I usually combine these two, and if I do this, all the plastic in the middle just gets covered in product like that. And after a while, it really bothers me, so I clean it up because I'm one of those people who takes Q-tips to their makeup. I think a lot of it is, if I see it that way, I'm less likely to want to use it. So I'll let it get all gross and used, and then it'll be like, everybody's getting clean. I know that's a little OCD of me, but I guess now you know me a little bit better. I don't like it if I can see like lipstick and clear lipstick packaging caps. I don't like it if there's a lot of concealer or product gooped up around like the threads on the neck when you're screwing the cap back on, or if there's a lot of foundation around the pump end. Oh, that sort of stuff just makes me, I can't. So I try and keep the mirrors clean. I try and keep the packaging clean because it just makes me more likely to want to use it. I'll throw a little bit down here on my chin too. And you're like, you're too glowy. You don't need any more. I love to glow. Okay. Another project I've been working on was deciding which eyeshadow palettes I'm keeping and which ones I'm not interested in anymore. And instead of just like out and out decluttering them, I decided to put them on the chopping block to give them one last chance. One of the ones that I put on the chopping block was the Naked 3. Now, this I remember being like, it was a major moment. I remember everybody being in love. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the packaging of this. I never had the Naked 2, I only had the Naked, and then this one. And the packaging broke, not that you need to see the mirror, but there are little things in here that clip into these little bottom points, so mine doesn't seal anymore and it's not magnetic, so it's not always flapping. I don't care for that. I usually have a little hair tie around it. But we're gonna use these colors today just because we'll see if we like it anymore. Oh, let's prime. I forget to prime constantly. Like, I mean to, I want to, and then I don't. And I'm using a MAC paint pot in Painterly. I'm just going to use a little bit of a foiled color here on the lid. I'm going to throw on some eyeliner, mascara, and brows, and I'll be right back. Lipstick. I've been trying to figure out, as I've been putting this makeup on my face, what lipstick would go the best with it. And I'm trying really hard, and it's hard to stick to what's in my project pan for the year. So I'm going to start off with something super easy that I would probably put on anyway, that I use kind of as a lip balm. And it's from Lipstick Queen. This is called Hello Sailor. It's blue, but not really. When it warms up, it has kind of a violet pinky tint to it. But I think I want a little more color than this, so I'm going to throw on, this is from Bare Minerals. This is in the shade Boss. It's their matte lipstick. And I think that it's not going to be maybe as matte as it might have been had I not put the other one on down first, because it's basically a vitamin E lipstick. So let's go over it really quick. What is working really well for me, just by looking at my face right now? Wow, yeah. I'll tell you, things that I love. I love all of the new stuff I tried from Charlotte Tilbury. I really do like this Magic Away concealer. I feel like if I look at myself under the eye, there's no denying I'm in my 40s and I have some light crinkling going on under there, but I feel like it works really well with what I have going on, does not add any added texture, and I think it gets rid of the majority of my like darkness. Now you can still see it. I know that if I really want to cancel it out, I gotta layer it on. I gotta put on a corrector first and then other stuff, and then I end up looking really cakey. So I live with a little bit of, you know, discoloration, and it looks like normal everyday people so that I don't have a cake going on underneath. But I really do like this. I think this is beautiful. This little sculpting wand here, oh my goodness. And this is the second time I tried it. I really like this. I can see myself using this every single day. Another thing that I'm glad I found a different way to use was this Flawless filter. So I've been a big fan of Charlotte Tilbury products. I think I will continue to be. This really surprised me as well. The highlighting palette, this Bar of Gold trio here, I think this is really nice. I like the glow that it gives. Of course, we're living on several different products here, but I think it works pretty well. Stuff in my project pan, I put stuff in there I knew that I would be able to continue to use in a variety of looks, so those are all fine. This, here's that hair tie I was talking about. I just don't see how, I mean, although I'm not gonna lie, it's a very easy, very pretty look, but I don't know that it's inspiring. And I think compared to a lot of eyeshadow looks, now I'll just be honest, I fail a lot with eyeshadow. I'm trying something new, I'm trying something different, I'm trying to incorporate more color, and it doesn't always look good, and I notice it while I'm editing. But let me tell you this, I think that for me the important part is getting out of my comfort zone, and this is living right smack dab in the middle of it. Now there are a couple of shades in here that I really like. One of them is called Mugshot. That's really pretty. and the other one is called Trick. So these two here I think are kind of like the stars of this palette, and I could see myself using those on a fairly regular basis, but not the rest of the palette. And especially if you look at it here, so many of these lighter shades, I think that I could be very happy with this. And then these guys here, why? I don't know. So I can see myself very easily letting somebody else love this for me. So I'm gonna pass it on. It's definitely one of those that's not making it off the chopping block. And I think that so far that the foundations, I think they look pretty good. I can't tell yet. No, one side is a hair glowier than the other. They're both glowy, but that's because of a lot of the illuminating products I added in with these foundations. But I'll be interested to see if this up to 24-hour fresh wear really wears longer than this one here from Flower. But I will let you know. I will leave comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And something I've kind of been running around in my mind, if you're still watching at this point, let me know if you're interested in the idea of me doing a no buy, or if I can't, at least a low buy, where I try and use more of what I have, consume less, enjoy what I already have more, and talk you through the process of how it goes for me. All right, again, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.